So we are starting with a new topic, arithmetic progression, or we will say first sequence and series. The topic which we start today is sequence and series. This is the new common topic in both the core maths and applied maths. This is again a common topic. We are starting with this. First, write down sequence. What is the definition of sequence? We should know that. Write down. A sequence is a function. A sequence is a function whose domain is the set of natural number. Whose domain is the set of natural numbers.
Morning, sir.
A sequence is a function whose domain is the set of natural number.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, beta. Good morning. So just check here, what is the sequence? We are having sequence denoted by AN. This is the denotation for sequence. AN. This is the denotation for sequence, where N stands for natural number. It is a function. Function means this is the value depending on N. So that's why it is called function. Function means dependence. So we will say AN. AN is a function depending on natural number. And it is called sequence. So here we will say AN. This symbol is called as a sequence where N is a natural number. So we should say sequence is nothing but a function whose domain is a natural number. Domain means whatever the value we are going to place. That will be the domain, and whatever the result will come, that will be coming as a range. That I'll tell you when function I'll take. So here we will say N which we are placing will be the domain. What the value I can place? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that way we'll place. That is the natural number. And whatever result will come, that will be the range, and that range will be giving you a sequence. Just check here. For example, if I say AN is given as 2n minus 1. This is AN given. That means this AN is a function depending on natural number, and we are going to place the natural number here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, what is the syllabus for half yearly?
बताएंगे बेटा, बताएंगे. थोड़ा तसल्ली रखो. अभी एक महीना तो चलने दो. Half yearly will not be just now. It will be in October last. Not be in September. September में नहीं होंगे. That will be in October somewhere. So still we have time. So AN is coming.
वो सब्जेक्टिव होंगे.
हाँ?
अगर ले तो वो सब्जेक्टिव होंगे या फिर वो एमसीक्यू होंगे?
नहीं नहीं, जैसे गूगल फॉर्म पे, गूगल क्लासरूम पे हुए वैसे ही होंगे. अगर आपका खुलता नहीं है स्कूल तो सब्जेक्टिव.
तो सर वो सब्जेक्टिव ही होंगे.
हाँ,
अच्छा.
तब उसमें सब्जेक्ट और सब्जेक्टिव और ऑब्जेक्टिव दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन होगा. एक एग्जाम हमने जो लिया है वो ऑब्जेक्टिव था, सेकंड सब्जेक्टिव था. अब दोनों मिक्स होंगे. तो जैसा आपका पेपर बनता है उसी तरह का पेपर बनेगा. बट प्रॉब्लम इज यू विल बी sitting at home and doing the paper. That is only the problem if it will not open. If it opens, then it's everything okay. Yes, please. So AN, if we have a 2n minus 1, n belongs to natural number we have. AN is the sequence I told you. Now this n is depending on, we say n is a natural number, and AN is totally depending on n. For example, if I'll say A1, then it will come 2 into 1 minus 1. Is 1. Then we go for A2. 2 2s are 4. 4 minus 1 come out to be 3. Then we go for A3. 2 3s are 6. 6 minus 1, that come out to be 5. So on. So what I should say, what is my sequence here? Sequence will be what? 1, 3, 5, so on.
it is in curly brackets?
ऐसे लिख लो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, ये लो, right? Or you can write this as in curly bracket also, you can write, that is not a problem. You can write this way also, 1 3 5 so on, और या फिर ऐसे भी लिखा जा सकता है 1 3 5 so on, doesn't matter. This will be called as first term of the sequence because this you got when you got n as 1. This will be called as second term of the sequence because n you have placed 2 here. This is the third term of the sequence called as third term. Why? Because n you have taken as 3. So this is the sequence we have. So sequence is simply a function whose domain is a natural number. Domain is a natural number means in this case we will say the natural number we are placing and then we are getting a real number. If we are getting a real number, this is called real sequence. सीक्वेंस में भी रियल सीक्वेंस भी होता है. रियल सीक्वेंस अगर खाली सीक्वेंस का है तो इट कैन बी रियल और कॉम्प्लेक्स, एनीथिंग कैन बी पॉसिबल. बट व्हेन यू आर से रियल सीक्वेंस तो इसका मतलब आपके जो रिजल्ट आएगा वो भी आपका रियल नंबर आना चाहिए. Okay, so this is the simply sequence and in this case it is clearly visible it is a real sequence. One more example write down please. If we have an is n by n square plus 1. Now my question is, what should be the sequence? Write the sequence here. What is first term of the sequence? 1 we will play
1 by 2.
Then I go for a 2. यहाँ क्या आएगा 2 square plus 1. कितना आया 2 by 5. Then we got it a 3. So
3 by 10.
3 by 10.
Square plus 1. 10. So what is the sequence here? It will be half 2 by 5, 3 by 10. This is the sequence.
Sir,
Haji,
is there any relation like जैसे AP में सेकेंड टर्म जो होता है वो जो D से अगर प्लस करके आता है, GP में
अभी हम केवल सीक्वेंस कर रहे हैं. वेट करो, थोड़ा सा वेट करो. I told this is a sequence. Sequence means I'll be giving you n term and you will be placing n 1 2 3 and then whatever the result comes that will be called as terms of the sequence. ये तो हमारी टर्म ऑफ सीक्वेंस है. अभी हम प्रोग्रेशन पे नहीं आए हैं. आपने जो पढ़ा है वो पढ़ा था अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन. अभी हम केवल सीक्वेंस की बात कर रहे हैं. तो सीक्वेंस में केवल आपको n टर्म दी जाएगी and n you will be placing the natural number and then you will be finding the terms and then I'm not taking what is the relation between the first term and the second term. We will say this is a sequence here. So in this case only the n term will be given to you and you will be putting n as natural number and you will be finding the terms and you got the sequence. अब इन सीक्वेंस के बीच में ये जो सीक्वेंस आपके पास आया है, अगर इनके बीच में आपने प्लस साइन प्रोड्यूस कर दिया then this will be called as series. This plus sign if you place in the between the terms of the sequence, terms of the sequence was what? A1, A2, A3, A4. This was the sequence which you have denoted it by AN. ये आपका sequence था. अगर इनकी टर्म्स के बीच में आपने प्लस साइन इंट्रोड्यूस कर दिया, दैट मींस इट विल बिकम अ सीरीज. So you should know what is sequence. Sequence I told you this is simply a function whose domain is a natural number. Then series means if you have the sequence terms and in between plus if you place, that will be becoming series here. Then comes progression. Write down please. Next one is progression. Write down progression please. Definition write down please. It is not necessary that the terms of a sequence, follow a certain pattern and described by explicit formula for the nth term. Those sequences whose term follow a certain pattern, are called progression. So here what I'm finding in this case, that if any sequence given to you, for example, I'll give this sequence 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, then what you will find here, this will not follow a certain pattern. ये sequence है आपका, but it does not follow a certain pattern, and as it does not follow a certain pattern, you can't write its nth term. कोई formula आप place नहीं कर सकते जिससे कि आप सारी term निकाल पाए. Then we will say it will be simply called as a sequence, but not called as a progression. But in progression, what you will say, in progression, these are those sequence we are going to consider, which will give you certain pattern. Those sequences in which you will have a certain pattern followed. For example, we'll say it is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. There is a pattern visible. What it is, every term is double of the previous. Or
12.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It is also following a pattern. Every term is 2 more than the previous one. So if this type of patterns are there, we will say it will be sequence also, but called as progression now. तो ये भी एक progression है, ये भी एक progression. ये आपका progression नहीं है, because it will not be giving you nth term. आप कोई explicit formula create नहीं कर पाएंगे. Explicit formula अगर आप नहीं create कर पा रहे, nth term का कोई formula नहीं बन रहा है, that means we will say it will be a sequence, but not the progression. So if you want a progression, it is a special case of sequence in which there are certain pattern followed by the terms. Certain pattern followed by the terms. So term are following certain pattern, that will be coming as a progression. And then we have progression in our syllabus. There are 3 types of progression we have. One is called arithmetic progression, which we have started last year. One is arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression, which you call as AP. Another which we are going to study is geometric progression. And another one is harmonic progression. So 3 progressions we will be having, but only we are going to study these 2. हमारे सिलेबस में केवल 2 ही हैं, वैसे 3 प्रोग्रेशन है, आगे भी और भी है प्रोग्रेशन, बट जनरल यही 3 है. एक आएगा एजीपी, अर्थमेटिक ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन भी आता है, बट वो सब इसी के पार्ट है, इसी में कंबाइंड हो जाता है. So we will say we are going to study 2 progressions this time. One is the arithmetic progression, another is the geometrical progression. Harmonic progression is not in our syllabus. Arithmetic progression, why we call this as a progression? Because here in this case there is a certain pattern followed and you have a formula for nth term. आपके पास nth term का formula है. Geometrical progression में जब आप करेंगे you will be producing nth term formula. तो आप nth term का formula आराम से generate कर पाएंगे. Because there is a set pattern followed. और set pattern follow होते ही आपका nth term निकल रहा है. That means we will say they are called progressions. So we have 2 progressions in our syllabus. One is arithmetic progression, another is geometrical progression. Now in arithmetic progression, we have already done. What is arithmetic progression? Can you tell? What is general definition of arithmetic progression?
So the successive terms have a common difference, like
Yes.
they give.
Okay, write down. A sequence is called arithmetic progression. A sequence is called an arithmetic progression if the difference of the term and the term preceding to it, if the difference of the term and the term preceding is always same, that is, if you have A1, A2, A3, A4, next is an plus 1, an minus 1, anything you take. Then you have A2 minus A1 is same as A3 minus A2, same as A4 minus A3, same as what? An minus 1, same as an plus 1 minus an, so on it goes. So here in this case, this type of result we have that every term and the term preceding to it will have the same difference, or we'll say that difference we call as common difference, which is maintained here. That will be called as AP. And if you remember, if you want common difference, the common difference we calculate by an plus 1 term minus the nth term. ये जनरल फॉर्मूला है आपका and d कैलकुलेट करने का, चाहे a2 minus a1 करो, चाहे a3 minus a2 करो, चाहे a4 minus a3 करो, any way you do it, this is the common difference you should do. And this common difference we denoted by d. First term we always denoted by a. And if you remember, what was the nth term of AP?
A plus n minus 1
into d.
ये काम आप कर चुके हैं, इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. So nth term of AP is a plus n minus 1 into d. Now write down some questions on it. First question, write down please. Show that the sequence an, which is 4n plus 5, is an AP, and also find its common difference. Show that this sequence is an AP, and then find out what is common difference. One option which you have done last year was what? You calculate A1, 4 plus 5, it will come 9. Then you go for A2, 4 2s are 8, 8 and 5, 13. Then we go for A3, 4 3s are 12, 12 plus 5. Now wait, 17. Then what you have? 13 minus 9 coming out to be 17 minus 13 equal to A4. If I take, what it will come? 16 plus 5, 21. So that will come out to be 21 minus 17. All are coming equal to what? 4? Yes, we will say it is an AP. One option is this, which you have already done. Another option, this time I told you that D is an plus 1 minus an. This you can also calculate. अब आपका नया मेथड आपका ये है कि कॉमन डिफरेंस आप कोई भी दो जनरल टर्म के डिफरेंस से भी निकाल सकते हो. हाउ वी डू इट? जस्ट चेक. an plus 1 term, n plus 1 means n की जगह n plus 1 लिखा है आपने, तो an plus 1 minus an if I calculate, an plus 1 come out to be 4 times n plus 1 plus of 5 minus what this will come 4n plus 5. Now when you solve it, it will come 4n plus 4 plus 5 minus 4n and then minus 5. 4n and 4n cancel out, 5 and 5 cancel out. Is it a constant term here? अगर ये टर्म कांस्टेंट आ जाए मींस फ्री फ्रॉम n पे डिपेंड नहीं करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर n पे अगर ये 4n आता तो क्या होता है n पे डिपेंड करता है, 1 पे कुछ और आएगा, 2 पे कुछ और आएगा. नो, इन दिस केस इट इज कमिंग एज अ कांस्टेंट. और अगर ये डिफरेंस आपका कांस्टेंट आ रहा है, इट इज अ कांस्टेंट हियर. और जैसे ये कांस्टेंट है, वी विल से यस इट इज एन एपी एंड दिस इज द कॉमन डिफरेंस. So whenever they say you find out that this sequence is an AP or not, we will calculate an plus 1 minus an, and when you solve it, it is coming a constant number. If it is coming constant number, we will say yes, it is an AP. One more question you try now. 2n square plus 1. Check whether it is an AP or no. Check whether it is an AP or not. Then we will again calculate an plus 1 minus of an. Then I'll write down 2n plus 1 whole square plus 1 is here. And then minus it will be 2n square plus 1. Now when you solve it, it will be 2 times n square plus 2n plus 1 plus of 1. Minus of 2n square minus of 1. Then I'll write this as 2n square plus of 4n plus 2 plus 1 minus 2n square minus 1. 2n square से 2n square कट रहा है, 1 से 1 कट रहा है. Is the result constant? No. ये आपका कांस्टेंट नहीं आ रहा है, क्योंकि ये किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा, n पे डिपेंड कर रहा है. So it is not a constant. If it is not a constant, we will say it is not an AP. तो ये आपको सीक्वेंस AP नहीं देगा. You should keep in mind. So we will say it is not constant. And if it is not constant, depending on n, we will say no, it is not an AP. From this one conclusion you got, 2 questions I have done. Just check here. Previous question was the linear question, and this is a quadratic question. Linear question अगर आपने लिया था तो वो AP आया है. When it is a quadratic equation, it is not giving an AP. तो अब एक चीज अपने दिमाग में क्लियर कर लो, जब भी कोई लीनियर एक्सप्रेशन गिविंग द nth टर्म, वी विल से इट इज एन एपी. कोई भी लीनियर एक्सप्रेशन अगर आपको दे दे 2n plus 3, 2n plus 5, 5n plus 2, कोई भी लीनियर एक्सप्रेशन है, it will give you a AP. But whenever it is a quadratic expression or the cubic equation or the 4th degree equation, no, it will not be an AP. यह ध्यान रखना है, जब भी डिग्री 1 से बढ़ जाती है, quadratic, cubic, 4th root, no. Then in that case we will say it is not an AP. So keep in mind, if you want an AP, you should have a linear expression as the nth. One more question right now, please. Show that. Yes.
Sir?
Yes, yes.
If the question is 5n plus 2.
Yes. It is a
Sir,
linear
then
one. AP होगा.
yes sir.
AP होगा. आप चेक कर सकते हो, बट मैं आपको बता दिया, लीनियर पढ़ते ही आपको समझ में आना चाहिए AP आएगा. कर सकते हो, देख लो. an plus 2 minus 1 minus an, करो जरा 5 times n plus 1 plus 2 minus 5n plus 2. 5n से 5n कटेगा, 2 से 2 कटेगा, we will get answer as 5. Yes
sir.
So linear कभी भी ले तो ये आपको AP मिलेगा. One more question, please. Is this sequence AP or no? Log of A, log of A square by B, log of A cube by B square, so on. We have to check whether it is an AP or not, and if it is AP, find out what is common difference. Sorry, common. Yes. Base is 10. अगर नहीं लिखा है तो base 10 है. बेस से हमें कोई फर्क भी नहीं पड़ने वाला. अगर ये लिखा है तो बेस ई भी ले सकते हो. नेचुरल लॉग भी हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आने वाली, क्योंकि हमें वैल्यू नहीं निकालनी है. जब आपको कैलकुलेशन में क्वेश्चन दिए जाएंगे, लॉग की कैलकुलेशंस करनी है, लॉग की हेल्प लेनी है, तब आप बेस 10 लेंगे. बाकी टाइम जब भी मैं लॉग लिख रहा हूं तो वो आगे जब हम कैलकुलेस पढ़ेंगे उसमें हमेशा बेस ई रहेगा. चलिए करिए. Can you tell what is the nth term in this case? इसको आप लिख सकते हैं a पावर 1 b पावर 0 लिख सकते हैं कि नहीं. फर्स्ट टर्म में यहाँ a1 आ रहा है, सेकंड टर्म में यहाँ a स्क्वायर आ रहा है, थर्ड टर्म में ये a क्यूब आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है. तो इसमें जब आप nth टर्म लिखेंगे तो क्या लिखूंगा बोलो. an लिखूंगा ऊपर. फर्स्ट टर्म है तो पावर 1 आई है, पावर 2 है तो पावर 2 आई है, 3 है तो पावर 3 आई है.
10 plus 1
बाय bn minus 1.
b पावर क्या आएगा, यहाँ 0 है या 1 a कम होके आ रही है तो n minus 1. ये आपका an है. And now we check whether it is AP or not. So an plus 1 minus an will do. an plus 1 क्या बनेगा भाई, log of a power n plus 1 by b power n plus 1 minus 1 minus log of क्या आएगा, a power n by b power n minus. अब ये क्या बन गया आपका, log a minus log b. So it will be log a by b. We have already done this. तो क्या आएगा ये, log of a by b means a power n plus 1 by b power n. Denominator is a power n by b power n minus 1. Now check please what it will come. A power n in the numerator, b power n in the denominator. n आएगा क्या, नहीं. a power 1 रहेगा ऊपर, right? Yes. और b power n और b power n minus 1 यहाँ b रहेगा. So it will come out to be log of a by b. Is it free from n? ये आपका आ गया log of b by a by b. No n coming in this case. कोई भी n नहीं आ रहा है, और n नहीं आ रहा है इसका मतलब it will be treated as a constant. इसका मतलब yes, it is an AP and this is our common difference. So common difference come out to be a by b. Is it clear? Next question please. Write first 5 terms of the sequence. Write first 5 terms of the sequence where A1 is 1, A2 is, sorry, AN is AN minus 1 plus 2, where n is greater than 2. N is greater than, sorry, 1. Sorry, very good. My question is, write down what is sequence here. Write what is sequence here. A1 is 1, An is An minus 1 plus 2, where n is coming greater than 1. My question is, write down the sequence here. I'm not saying it's an AP or GP, no. I'm saying you write down sequence. In this case, A1 is clearly known to us. When you put n as 2, क्योंकि n वो कह रहा है greater than 1 प्लेस करना है, तो यहाँ पे आप पहला नंबर 2 प्लेस करेंगे, तो a2 will be what this will come a power 1 plus 2. a1 क्या आ रहा है 1 plus 2 come out to be 3. Okay, then when you put place 3 here,
हम ऐसे भी तो कर सकते हैं कि उसका नेगेटिव के टर्म में ले जाते तो फिर d दे देता सीधा.
is it an AP? ये किसने कहा AP है? और a1 already given to you. a3 क्या होगा भाई? a2 plus 2 आएगा, and this is 3 plus 2 कितना हुआ? 5. Then I go for a4. It will come a3 plus 2. What it will come? a3 will be 5 plus 2. Come out to be 7. Can you write down the sequence? पहला number 1.
सर
हाँ जी
सर ऐसे भी तो कर सकते हैं
बोलो.
सर an minus 1 equals to 2, तो सर 2
Yes,
हमारा
sir.
बीट हो जाएगा.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं. सीरीज वो भी कर सकते थे कि कॉमन डिफरेंस 2 आ रहा है. an क्योंकि फ्रॉम n है, इसलिए आपका ये चल गया. इसके एक और क्वेश्चन लिखो. a1 is 1, a2 is also 1. And a n is an minus 1 plus an minus 2 where n is greater than 2. करिए. a1 is equal to a2 is equal to 1 we have, and an is an minus 1 plus an minus 2 where n is greater than 2. Now you can't do the same procedure which you have done last time, because that time it was constant 2, so you decided that it is an AP, but in this case you can't do this.
Sir, 1.2.
What value of n? I'll start with 3. a3. When you have a3, it will come a2 plus a1. They are 1 and 1, so result is 2. Then we go for a4. n की वैल्यू आपने 4 प्लेस की. 4 प्लेस की तो ये आएगा a3 plus a2. a3 आपका 2 है और a2 फिर 1 है, so it will be 3. Then a5.
3 plus 2.
ये हुआ आपका 4 plus 3. 4 क्या है आपका? 3 plus 2. Come out to be 5. Now 1 1 फिर 2 3 5 so on. So it is a sequence we have. It is not an AP. यहाँ प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, बाकी अगर होता तो AP हो जाती, बट ये प्रॉब्लम है हमारे पास, तो इट इज नॉट एन. अब यहाँ भी डिफरेंस आपका 1 आ रहा है, यहाँ 2 आ रहा है, तो दैट मींस इट इज नॉट एन AP. तो ये AP वाला केस नहीं है, क्योंकि यहाँ कहीं कांस्टेंट नहीं आया है. दैट यू शुड कीप इन माइंड. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन प्लीज. A1 is given 3. A1 is given as 3. And an is 3 times an minus 1 plus 2 for n greater than 1. My question is, write sequence of it. Yes, what should be the answer here?
3, 11.
A1 is already here and we'll start with 2. So I should say A2 will be what? Thrice A. 2 minus 1, it's 1 plus 2. A1 आपका क्या आ रहा है? 3. So 3 3s are 9 plus 2. क्या आया भाई? 11. Then I go for A3. It will be thrice of A2 plus 2. A2 कितना आ रहा है आपका? 11 आ रहा है. 11 3s are 33 plus 2, 35.
35.
So we will say first term is 3, second is 11,
11. 35.
35, so on it goes.
107.
107, 35.
So today what we have discussed what is sequence, what is series, what is progression, how to check whether the progression is arithmetic progression or not. In that I told you the condition is an plus 1 minus an. If that is coming a constant, we will say yes, it will be an AP. So AP you can judge, or if this type of question given, you can find out what is the sequence here. So every sequence is not a progression, but we have already decided, and this is the sequence we have written in this case. Next one is nth term of AP. Also you have done first exercise from R. D. Sharma, you can complete. That is